Day 1, 2, 4. Reading out loud. Reading out loud. Regenerate from the day 77. Read news. Read news. Google News. Warren Buffett shocks shareholders by announcing intention to retire at the end of year. Get started reading out loud for today. Warren Buffett shocked shareholders by announcing intention to retire at the end of year. Buffett ทำให้ผู้ถือหุ้นช็อกโดยการประกาศ retire intention ความต้องการความประสงค์นะความตั้งใจ intention ที่จะเกษียณปลายปีนี้ Josh Funk Associated Press updated 3rd of May 2025. Let's see. Read out loud. Only read out loud. Warren Buffett, Chairman and CEO of Berkshire Hathaway, speaks during a game of bridge after the annual Berkshire Hathaway shareholders meeting in Omaha. On the 5th of May 2019 นี่จะปี2009 Let's read out loud. Omaha NEP Billionaire Warren Buffett shocked ลงท้ายด้วยตัว K เติมมี D เนี่ยเวลาออกเสียงตรงนี้เนี่ยออกถึกเบาๆนะ shocked and arena full shareholders Saturday by announcing that he will retire at the end of the year, bringing the curtain down on a 6-decade run leading Berkshire Hathaway that made him the most influential investor in the world. Buffett said he will recommend to Berkshire Hathaway's board on Sunday that Vice Chairman Greg Abel should replace him. I think the time has arrived where Greg should become the chief executive officer of the company at year end, Buffett said. Abel has been Buffett's designated successor ผู้รับช่วงต่อที่ได้รับการแต่งตั้งนะ designate for years and he already managed all of Berkshire's non-insurance businesses, but it was always assumed that he would not take over until after Buffett's death. Previously, the 94-year-old Buffett always said he had no plans to retire. Buffett announced the news at the end of a 5-hour question and answer period without taking any questions about it. He said the only board members who knew this was coming were his two children, Howard and Susie Buffett. Abel, who was sitting next to Buffett on stage, had no warning. Abel returned an hour later without Buffett to conduct the company's formal business meeting, and he responded to the news. I just want to say I couldn't be more humble and honored to be part of Berkshire as we go forward. Humble ก็ทำตัวเนาะ honor ก็เป็นเกียรติได้รับ Investors have said they believe Abel will do a good job running Berkshire, but it remains to be seen how good he will be at investing Berkshire's cash. Buffett endorsed him Saturday by pledging to keep his fortune invested in the company. I have no intention, zero, of selling one share of Berkshire Hathaway. I will give it away eventually, Buffett said. The decision to keep every share is an economic decision because I think the prospects of Berkshire will be better under Greg's management than mine. Thousands of investors in the Omaha arena gave Buffett a prolonged standing ovation after his announcement in recognition of his 60 years leading the company. 60 years. During that period, Berkshire doubled the returns of the S&P 500 with a 19.9% compounded annual with the index 10.4% gain. Buffett had such a devoted following among investors that markets would move when his investments were discussed because so many people copy them. CFRA research analyst Katie Jeffrey said it had to be hard for Buffett to decide to step down. This was probably a very tough decision for him, but better to live on your own terms, Jeffrey said. I think there will be an effort at maintaining a business as usual environment at Berkshire that is still to be determined. Able expected to do well. In many respects, Able has already been running much of the company for years, but he hasn't been managing Berkshire's insurance operations or deciding where to invest all of its cash. He will now take those tasks on, but Vice Chairman Ajit Jain will remain to help oversee the insurance companies. Investment manager Omar Malik of Hosking Partner in London said before Buffett's announcement that he wasn't worried about Berkshire's future under Able. Not really worried. He'd had such a long time alongside Warren and the chance to know the businesses. Malik said about Able. The question is, will he allocate capital as dramatically as Warren? And the answer is no. But I think he'll do a fine job with the support of the others. Cole Smith of Smith Capital Management said he wasn't surprised Buffett is stepping down after watching him Saturday because the 94-year-old wasn't as sharp as in past years. At one point, he made a basic math mistake in one of his assets. At other points, he got off track while telling stories about Berkshire and his investing without answering the question he was asked. Able is well regarded by Berkshire's managers, and Buffett has praised his business acumen for years, but he will have a hard time matching Buffett's legendary. And since he doesn't control 30% of Berkshire stock like Buffett does, he won't have as much leeway. Okay, we're done. I think the challenge is going to have is if anyone is going to give him Buffett or former Vice Chairman Charlie Munger's pass card. Not a chance in God's name. Smith said Buffett always enjoyed a devoted following among shareholders. Buffett has said that Abel might even be a more hands-on manager than he is and get more out of Berkshire's companies. Managers within the company say they have to be well prepared for talking to Abel because they know he will ask tough questions. Stephen Check, president of Check Capital Management, said he never thought he would see Buffett retire. I didn't think he would retire while his mind is still working so well. No, did I think It happened at the annual meeting, Chick said. But overall, I'm very happy for him. Buffett earlier warned that Trump's tariffs were harmful. Earlier Saturday, Buffett warned of dire global consequences from President Donald Trump's tariffs while telling the thousands of investors gathered at his annual meeting that trade should not be a weapon. But there is no question that the trade can be an act of war. Buffett said Trump's trade policies have raised the risk of global instability by angering the rest of the world. It's a big mistake in my view when you have 7.5 billion people who don't like you very well, and you have 300 million who are crowing about how they have done. Buffett said as he read the topic on everyone's mind at the start of the Berkshire Hathaway shareholders meeting. While Buffett said it is best for trade to be balanced between countries, he doesn't think Trump is going about it the right way with his widespread tariffs. He said the world will be safer if more countries are prosperous. Market turmoil. Turmoil doesn't create big opportunities. Buffett said Judd doesn't see many attractively priced investments that he understands these days. So Berkshire is sitting on $347.7 billion in cash. But he predicted that one day Berkshire will be bombarded with opportunities that will be grabbed. We have the cash flow. เยอะจังอ้อจะเสียโอ้ยเยอะจังพอแล้วอย่าพูดพอแล้วอย่าโอ้ยเดี๋ยวนิดเดียวcash flow Buffett said the recent turmoil อ่านว่า turmoil สับสนโอลหม่านturmoil ถูกแล้ว turmoil turmoil สับสนโอลหม่าน
turmoil,
turmoil turmoil เหมือนกับ oil turmoil พอ ความสับสนอลหม่านจะม้อยอความสับสนอลหม่านoil มันม้อยอจะม้อยอความสับสนอลหม่าน in the market that generated headlines after Trump's tariff announcement last month is really nothing. He dismissed the recent drop as relatively small. He cited when the Dow Jones Industrial Average went from 240 on the day he was born in 19 down to 41 during the Great Depression as a truly significant drop in the market. Currently, the Dow Jones Industrial Average size at 41,317.43